Welcome to this course on communication skills, essential to our business needs in 2024 and on. Our objectives are twofold. First, we need to familiarize us with the challenges in business now we had the fourth industrial revolution in 2016. And second, to identify or recognize that 21st century skills are central to all other skills needed in business. We stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live, work, and relate to one another. In its scale, scope, and complexity, the transformation will be unlike anything humankind has experienced before. We do not yet know just how it will unfold, but one thing is clear. The response to it must be integrated and comprehensive, involving all stakeholders of the global polity, from the public and private sectors to academia and civil society. The first industrial revolution, 1784, used water and steam power to mechanize production. The second, 1870, used electric power to create mass production. The third, 1969, used electronics and information technology to automate production. Since 2016, a fourth industrial revolution is characterized by a fusion of technologies that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. The possibilities of billions of people connected by mobile devices with unprecedented processing power, storage capacity, and access to knowledge are unlimited. And these possibilities will be multiplied by emerging technology breakthroughs in fields such as artificial intelligence, robotics, the Internet of Things, autonomous vehicles, 3D printing, nanotechnology, biotechnology, materials science, energy storage, and quantum computing. Already, artificial intelligence is all around us, from self-driving cars and drones to virtual assistants and software that translate or invest. Impressive progress has been made in AI in recent years, driven by exponential increases in computing power and by the availability of vast amounts of data, from software used to discover new drugs to algorithms used to predict our cultural interests. Digital fabrication technologies, meanwhile, are interacting with the biological world on a daily basis. Engineers, designers, and architects are combining computational design, additive manufacturing, materials engineering, and synthetic biology to pioneer a symbiosis between microorganisms, our bodies, the products we consume, and even the buildings we inhabit. Like the revolutions that preceded it, the fourth industrial revolution has the potential to raise global income levels and improve the quality of life for populations around the world. To date, those who have gained the most from it have been consumers able to afford and access the digital world. Technology has made possible new products and services that increase the efficiency and pleasure of our personal lives. Ordering a cab, booking a flight, buying a product, making a payment, listening to music, watching a film, or playing a game. Any of these can now be done remotely. As automation substitutes for labour across the entire economy, the net displacement of workers by machines might exacerbate the gap between returns to capital and returns to labour. On the other hand, it is also possible that the displacement of workers by technology will, in aggregate, result in a net increase in safe and rewarding jobs. We cannot foresee at this point which scenario is likely to emerge, and history suggests that the outcome is likely to be some combination of the two. However, many predict that in the future, talent, more than capital, will represent the critical factor of production. In summary, the fourth industrial revolution has shown four major effects on business. 1. Customer expectations are now at the epicenter of our economy. 2. Digital capabilities enhance value to products. 3. Collaborative innovation between data, analytics, and transformational change. Organizational procedures of managing change, complexity, and collaboration have changed dramatically. What does this mean for G. James? We're faced with an aging workforce. This implies a significant threat of loss of knowledge. Employees need to learn new practices and generate ways of working that add value to the organization. This means that our learning and development activities need to foster a mindset of flexibility and openness to new ideas and new practices. Complexity means bringing together diverse information in new ways and from a variety of sources and making decisions and generating new understanding. The complexity of decisions that need to be made keeps on increasing. As expertise becomes narrower and deeper, the need for collaboration between experts increases. A collaborative way of working is not just about experts working together within an organization, it is also about establishing seamless partnerships with external professionals. Social networking systems are the enabling technology for these new types of collaboration. Online sharing and collaboration are becoming the norm. The Queensland Curriculum and Assessment Authority states on their website that Queenslanders in the 21st century need to have the following skills. 1. Critical thinking. 2. Creative thinking. 3. Communication skills. 4. Collaboration and teamwork. 5. Personal and social skills. 6. Information and communication technology skills. The following videos explore these skills further. At the age of 11, Li Kunchin was selected by Madame Mao's cultural advisors to attend the Beijing Dance Academy. What followed was a long and diverse career as an internationally acclaimed dancer. In 2003, Li published his international best-selling autobiography, Mao's Last Dancer, which was adapted as a feature film in 2009. Li was appointed Queensland Ballet's Artistic Director in July 2012. Lessons Li shares with us. Learn from all aspects of life. Learn from each other. Flexibility. Learn new things. Communicate effectively and with passion.
I've been the artist director of Queensland Ballet for 5 years now. Was born in China into a poor peasant life, and then at age 11 I received rare opportunities to study ballet. The 7 years harsh training taught me resilience, determination, and the value of hard work. In London, I met the love of my life, Mary McKendry, who happened to be a Queenslander. And then she's my connection to come to Queensland to direct the Queensland Ballet, which I'm very proud of. I think there are a few key skill sets, particularly going forward into the unknown world. You have to have the courage to be able to allow your imagination to travel, to learn from all aspects of life. We are all that much richer in our existence, in our happiness, if we understand each other and if we learn from each other. Once you learn something, you should be flexible enough to apply to other fields. And I think that creative thinking then will eventually come to some concrete ideas. But you still have to have the courage to be able to implement them. For me now, as a leader of Queensland Ballet, no matter what vision I have, what incredible passion I possess, if I can't communicate, then nothing will happen. I'll be a general with no army. So I think it's vitally important for a leader to be able to communicating things effectively and with passion. If you trust your instincts, also help you to make the right decision, provided your heart is in the right place. The one wish I would like to have for young generation is that they are willing to learn about new things. That will set you up really well to be able to face the changes coming your way. For young generation, they have so much more at the
Penelope Twemlow has more than 15 years of operational and strategic management experience in national and international high-risk environments, including the oil and gas, construction and energy industries. In 2015, she became Chief Executive Officer of Energy Skills Queensland. Penelope is the founder and chair of Women in Power and chair of the Queensland Electrical Safety Education Committee. Lessons Penelope shares with us. 1. Leadership. Being able to understand what someone is asking of you and then turn that into an actionable outcome. 2. We need to know how to communicate, the ability to talk, to write and to listen. 3. Learn how to be flexible and agile. There's not a day where something new has come out. It's now about understanding what's been provided and how you can make it bigger and better. To do that, you have to be creative and think outside the box.
I vividly remember sitting at home one day saying, what am I going to do with my life now? And lo and behold, an advertisement came on TV with warships. Travel the world, lead a team of people, and I thought, yeah, I could do that. So the next year I was a warfare officer in the Royal Australian Navy. I also knew how to lead a team strategically, but also how to manage one operationally to be successful. When students leave school, there's probably a couple of vital skills. The first one is leadership. Being able to understand what someone is asking of you and then turn that into an actionable outcome is probably a very big skill that one needs to know. We need to know how to communicate, the ability to be able to talk, to write and to listen. The last one for me is to learn how to be flexible and agile. There's not a day that I wake up, particularly in the industries I work in now, where something new hasn't come out. It's now about understanding what's being provided and how you can make it bigger and better. And to do that, you have to be creative and think outside the box. The technology and the disruption within our world today is actually making the need for creativity and the need to be innovative. If you remain situated in the same place, you become complacent and you're not changing and adapting with the times. Your drive comes from your love of doing something. So instead of trying to attain a job or a role that you think will pay the bill, go for something that you're passionate about. Harness your own voice. Understand that you are an individual and you're an individual within a collective. If I had one wish for the future of young people, it would be to understand how important their schooling and education is. I absolutely took it for granted when I was a young girl, but what I now understand is every single one of those teachers and every single one of those schools and classrooms is teaching you a skill and one that you will use later on in your life. You don't know it yet, but it will come back around.
Professor of Software Engineering, Centre for Quantum Software and Information, University of Technology, Sydney. Michael particularly focuses on identifying applications that use the power of quantum computers in the easiest and cheapest way possible. Lessons Michael shares with us. 1. Learning how to learn and to continually evolve our skills. 2. Take a step back from the user interface you are used to and try and understand what's behind it. 3. Numeracy and literacy skills are very important. 4. Communication, delivering complex information in a simple way. 5. Leadership, coordinating a team to work towards a common goal.
I work at University of Technology, Sydney, in the Centre for Quantum Software and Information. I'm a professor of software engineering. I study mathematics and theoretical physics, and those things intersect with computer science. Google, Microsoft, IBM are developing quantum computing devices, and my job is to develop the applications and the software for those devices. The first idea of possibly building a quantum computer emerged in the early 80s, and when I was in high school in the early 90s, just a few really key thinkers were thinking about this. So obviously it wasn't in the high school curriculum, but what was really important was learning how to learn and learning how to continually evolve my skills. There's a few key teachers that I had which I would really credit with getting me to where I am today. They encouraged me to be creative, but they also taught me to be disciplined in my work, to channel that creativity. Certainly throughout my career I've seen that the people who are good at that, the people who can find a way of working with the information they have and the capacity to synthesize are the ones that succeed. The sort of skills that I think are going to be really essential for students going forward is taking a step back from the user interface which you're used to using. You're used to using Facebook, used to using Google, used to using Gmail, those sort of things. Trying to get an understanding of what's behind those things and how they work is actually really important. The future of technology, it's hard to predict. We don't know where things are going to be, so what we need is the skills so we can adapt. People have said it a million times over, but literacy and numeracy matter. The ability to communicate matters. Communication skills are really important in most occupations, and I'd say in science in particular, you need to communicate very complex ideas to people and find ways of doing that which people will understand. Even fellow scientists working in your field, I've worked in big collaborative networks, working towards common goals, and that involves obviously a lot of coordination and a lot of teamwork. And in order to get that to work, leadership is something I've learned is very important. Coordinating everybody to work towards a common goal is really vital. My one wish for young people is that they're happy and comfortable with themselves, and that as they grow older, they embrace who they are, and they let that take them where they need to go.
Next steps. 1. Social learning, using quizzes, debriefing sessions, reflective learning tasks, giving feedback, learning from each other, and so on. 2. Streams, learning in the flow of work, learning integrated into tasks. 3. Self-directed learning. Set daily/weekly/monthly learning objectives and determine how to assess if learning is successful. For example, set measurable key results. 4. Hothouses, rapid skill acquisition.